action-packed.
Gotta get out of here!
Surprising.
Check this out!
Completely satisfying.
All right, now down to business.
It's big. It is kind of an epic to look at.
It's such a fun ride.
Despicable Me 4 is really the next chapter in Gru's story.
It's fun to work on a film with such beloved characters.
And with each time and with each film, there's
New characters, new situations, new places, and things you've never seen before.
Come on, stay focused.
I could have never in a million years have imagined 4 movies and more.
The reason I think it really resonates is, frankly, the relatability.
We got the almond milk, soy milk, hemp milk, oat milk, chocolate milk, half and half, powdered, and of magnesia.
returning to Steve Carell's soulful performance as Gru.
Who's the loser now?
But then again, being surprised with performances from Will Ferrell, Stephen Colbert, and Joey King.
Go get him, partner!
I was very familiar with the world of Despicable Me. I kind of grew up on these movies.
We knew we wanted to keep it fresh.
Which is probably one of the ultimate challenges.
We know there are certain things that we have to have.
Action and comedy.
Supervillains, gadgets, vehicles. But at the very heart of it all,
It's a film about the choice of career versus family. The theme kind of runs through all of them.
I think the fact that it reaches people on a human level, I attribute that to the writers and the directors.
Chris Renault, I think he nailed the Despicable Me spirit, you know?
C'est quelqu'un qui connaît parfaitement la licence.
Patrick Delage has come on the film as a co-director.
They're very complementary in their skills.
it's so fun watching Chris and Patrick work together. Chris is animated and talking and jokey, and the whole time Patrick is in the back with his sketchbook.
Et je cherche aussi beaucoup d'idées en fait pour pallier à des fois ou trouver des idées autres.
We get to this point where we're stuck and we can't figure out how to solve a problem, and then Patrick flips open his sketchbook and he's got 9 ideas there that are brilliant.
He's a font of ideas. And I would say that's the truth of everybody involved.
One person cannot come up with all those ideas.
When you make an animated film like this, it's an assembly line.
There are many, many hands on deck.
So for the concept, most of the time we have a script.
And sometimes it changes a bit during the production.
What?
The main part of my job is listening to what's going on,
You know what you want, but in the same time it would give you some space.
inspiring them to do the best they can do,
This feels like a collaboration.
taking that in and advocating what's the strongest, whether it's my idea or not.
You can't move on to the next step without having done the storyboards.
As a storyboard artist, I think if it's working in storyboards with temp music and temp voices, that's when you know it's working.
The storyboard artists don't necessarily know the actual location. In animation, storyboards are more about acting and like the emotion and to get it to play.
You have to make it show that all the other departments will understand it.
Good luck with that.
Maybe 15 to 20 odd supervisors we're dealing with, from characters,
Board artists,
character effects,
Background,
rigging, visual effects,
Animators.
lighters, compositors, you name it.
Something is missing.
the art department, it's a team I direct, is a group of very talented people. We create background, we create character, we make the color.
No job too small or too mad.
We are at the start of the chain.
So after we've done the storyboard pass and we know what story we're telling, you send it to layout, which is the camera department.
I'm the layout supervisor, being the cinematographer of the movie.
What is that supposed to mean?
There's the digital sets and they place their cameras in there. And
Helping the director transcript what have been done in the storyboard into the 3D universe.
He's still asleep.
You have the storyboard on the right and the artwork, the layout on the left, because there is a lot of actions, a lot of characters involved. You see in the storyboard that it runs like is normal, and that's what we did in layout at first. When the animation received the shot, they said, that's not what we really want to play. They did a test where Gru is on the back of the minion, and so we needed to create new shots like this one to really play this fun idea that he's whipping the minion with his dead leg.
You have to let yourself the opportunity to discover new ideas visually that are going to take advantage of what animation is.
And the whole animation department, we are about 70 people.
We are the guardians of what the directors want to see on screen.
By the end of layout, we have to have the real voices in, so then the animators can have the real voices.
We have an instant idea of what we can do.
The actors' voices bring the life to a character.
Good job, Junior. Way to go!
They know how to use their voice at the right moment.
Perry Prescott.
In this shot, there's Drew trying to escape the honey badger.
Honey badgers are terrifying.
So we have a very cartoony and 2D pose, like this, trying to, is he gonna catch me? Where is? And they look at each other.
Nice.
It's a short shot, and everything has to have the perfect timing to make your audience laugh.
As you know, in animation, you don't get to necessarily be in the same room at the same time, but they do such a good job of making that feel cohesive.
Like there is this sort of magic moment where both performances like lock in, and it just looks amazing, yeah.
Okay, great.
Do you want another one of those?
Yeah, no. I think I'm good.
And then after that, we send it out again.
The look of the film has really evolved, and I didn't realize it until I went back and watched the first film and the second film.
What has happened over time in these films is that the look of these movies has kind of edged a little bit towards real world.
And you realize how far the technology has come.
We're trying to convince the audience that the characters do exist.
He's always baffled by the detail we managed to add in our images now.
Our challenge is to make the 3D sets credible, to anchor the character in their universe. It can be addition of details, accessories.
For instance, the lycée Pabon has a lot of details.
I can't believe I'm really here! This is a before set dressing and after set dressing.
And you really do feel like you could reach into the screen and pick up these props.
The surfacing, you've got the shading, which is how we set the way the material, the surface, reacts to a light. It can be shiny, it can be more rough or soft or metallic or not. Another way to bring also life to the surfacing is the textures.
I like to use the term photorealistic cartoons that we're doing now. You feel there, but it's still a cartoon.
Fabrics that look like fabrics. Our wool looks like wool. Our leather looks like leather.
We want to make it feel like you could be there.
Then there's no reason for the spectator not to believe in something purely imaginary like Minion's skin or a huge roach.
After the texture, we have the lighting.
There were quite a lot of breakthroughs in technology, in lighting technology.
Whoa. Is a key light where you put the atmosphere, put the lights, you say, okay, here we'll put the light and it will be nice because it will make a shadow on the character.
Our lighting gets better, we improve the look of the skin, of the clothes.
Donc le rôle du compositing, il est d'aboutir l'image de construction à l'image finale.
Good to know.
Le grading. Donc ça, c'est les réglages colorimétriques qui permettent de rendre le plan colorimétriquement harmonieux et ce qu'on appelle la passe de lens pour casser le côté 3D et se rapprocher d'une image un petit peu tournée.
Wow, that's impressive.
La dernière étape, le rôle ultime, c'est d'amener vraiment une plus-value à l'image, de divertir aussi visuellement. Que ce soit beau, que ce soit fun.
Check this out!
Even like when the road ship comes out, that, like, for me, that's my absolute favorite. It's very epic, and you look at the storyboards, you look at the final result, it's the same stuff, just, you know, pushed that much further.
Oh, this is going to be so good!
So when I finally get to see the final image, magic is the only word that I can think of. It goes from words on a page to pencil drawings to this thing that's alive and breathing and real.
Thanks, guys.
Even though they're animated characters, it exists as a real film and a real story. Also, the fact that it's not condescending to children.
It's one of my favorite things I've ever done. I love being a part of it.
More than 12 years has passed since the first film.
This thing has a life of its own, and it has just blown up in a way I never would have imagined.
The world loves this franchise and these characters.
What it's brought us is a generation who has true ownership over this series of movies.
When the people will watch the film, I hope they will have fun.
Here we go!
And that they find that fulfilling, and they're glad to see them again.
It's the perseverance of this family unit, and it's this mutual support
Oh, my boys.
that they've given each other that's allowed them to find this new center.
Aww.
Strudel.